Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex Roggio, Bob Beck, Bryant Layton, with Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from the studios of the West Coast Funny Car Factory, it's Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne with this week's Nitro Funny Car Report.
Hey, welcome to the show. Donnie Couch here. And hey, as mayor of Whittier, California, I want to welcome our newest resident, Dar Hawthorne, who just moved here. Dar, welcome to Whittier and welcome to Speed Scene Live.
You always told me I would end up in Whittier, and I had no idea that it would come to this.
Well, it has, but hey, tonight we've got a jam-packed show. We've got coverage from the Snake and Mongoose movie. We've got coverage from Saturday Night Nitro from the last race, plus we're going to preview this week's Saturday Night Nitro. And Tom the Mongoose McEwen is calling in. Blake Bowser's calling in. We got giveaways. We got interviews on the red carpet with all the actors and the Snake and the Mongoose. So, Dar, what's next?
Wow. Well, let me get rid of some of these giveaways. Not get rid of them, but let me do it quickly here.
Okay.
All right, here's the way we're going to do it. Nobody call in, because we're not going to answer the phone. But I got...
That's a fine way to start a show.
I got Hedman Headers hats from Vic Wood down at Hedman.
Nice.
I have an old Drag Racing Online t-shirt, a company I used to be affiliated with for some 13 years.
Are they still online, Dar?
I believe they are.
Okay.
And another Hedman Headers t-shirt in XXX.
Ooh.
So all you got to do is find me at Auto Club Famoso Raceway this weekend, and I'll have the swag in my golf cart.
Are you going to have that helmet right there?
Not to be given away as
no.
the original Mongoose helmet.
Dude.
We will take bids on it before it goes on eBay. But, you know.
Wait,
it's all original.
That is the original.
This is the original Mongoose War in his funny car and his Hot Wheels dragster. So,
holy moly.
Now tell him how you got it.
Well, one night he was out of town. I was watching the house. Actually, McEwen had given this to my father. And when my father passed away, we were cleaning out the old closet, and there it stood. So,
dang, man.
Thank you, Mongoose, for giving this to my father. We're taking good care of it. And one of these days we're going to bring it down and let you touch it. Maybe autograph it. But,
yeah, maybe.
We'll talk to him tonight, Bruce, when he calls in.
That's right. So he's talking to us. Everybody, there was this huge red carpet event for the Snake and Mongoose movie. And I think you guys got everybody on camera for this thing.
Well, everybody that would talk to us.
Yeah.
Well, we got Ken Hathcock, the cameraman, and he just made sure he stopped everybody. We got him. He's the best.
Dude, well, Ken's in studio here, off camera. How fitting for a cameraman to be off camera.
Well, he's wanted in a couple states.
Oh,
and
and there was that Canadian thing. He can't cross the border any longer.
But the gymnast thing?
Yeah, the gymnast thing.
It's a touchy thing. But
that's why he spends a lot of time in Hawaii, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the run.
Find him there.
On the run.
Okay, just checking, man. I just want to make sure. Okay, we won't swivel a camera over there. Hey, I'm wearing somebody's official T-shirt here, but I don't even know. What do we got here?
That's an official Snake and Mongoose shirt from the producers of the movie. And, of course, I got the medium, Donnie got the XX, and Bruce ends up getting the medium because not likely it's going to fit me.
Well, I guess you could just, wash it and put it on one of those...
wear it dry.
Wear it
Looks good on you, Bruce.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm sporting some good colors here. That's a fine-looking shirt.
Yeah, we went to the premiere. It's an excellent movie, big family movie, and Robin Brody, and they just did a good job bringing this thing to the big screen, with Alan Paradise, the writer. And we caught some of them on the red carpet. It was a week ago. It was a week ago today.
We could go last night.
Egyptian Theater.
Yeah.
And had a good time, so,
I don't know. We'll take a look at some.
Yeah, the first one we got is the You Talking to the Goose.
The Mongoose, my favorite. Worked for him half of my life and got to tour with him in high school.
Nice.
My hero.
Let's launch right in.
All right, Donnie Couch here, Speed Scene Live. Tom, we spent a lot of years together. Never thought I'd be interviewing you on the red carpet. What's it feel like, a story about your life here tonight?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, Donnie. You and I have come a long ways from all the stuff that we've gone through with your dad being tight with me, and we almost raised you actually, and see where you've got today and where you're going to end up being a big, I think, automotive TV commentator where you're going. And you know, think of that. This theater goes back to 1929, and this is the 90th anniversary of this Egyptian theater. Can you imagine the stars that have been on this red carpet over the years? It's quite an honor for them to have our movie here and be seen this way.
Well, a lot of stars have been on the red carpet, but tonight it's Tom the Mongoose McEwen. He's the big star, him and Don the Snake Prudhomme, and we wish you luck at the premiere. And I've seen a little sneak preview of it, and it's great. And the actors actually look like you guys, and it really it's kind of eerie to see it.
Yeah, when you see someone playing your part, it's a little different, but they've done a hell of a job, Elliot and Robin, doing this, and the writing of Alan Paradise and everything. And I think the people are going to like the movie. I'm happy about that.
All right, well, we're spreading the word about the Snake and the Mongoose movie. Tom McEwen, thanks for being on Speed Scene Live, and like everybody, we're going to enjoy the show. Wow, we really had a good time.
And for a while, we were thinking about... well, they gave us this DVD so that we could review it at home, and we were just thinking about extending the show to about an hour 38 to see if we just put it on.
Better check with our attorneys first.
I don't have an attorney check with us. The last divorce cost me everything.
I don't want Lucky to come back and there's actually no show to come back to because there's some injunction.
Yeah, it's an empty room.
Yeah.
So this will not be available at Auto Club Famoso Raceway. I'm going to leave it here in L.A.
Yeah, it's probably good.
Is that one of the copies you made, Dar?
Tony!
It's made in
so
China.
So next up, the Snake. The Snake is the Snake. Just one of those incredible
drag racing's answer to Jack Nicholson.
Let's take a look.
Hey, what's happening? I'm with the Snake.
You're killing me.
McEwen said he had to carry you your whole career. Does that play out in the movie?
Hey, let me tell you something. Will you believe they made this whole movie because he beat me one time? That's tell you how good I was. He beat me one time and they made a movie about it.
I know. Can you believe it? It's all history. Oh, look at this. Both of them. Hey, he said you beat him one time and they made a movie about it. He doesn't. How did all that happen?
He should have won that race.
Should have won that race. Anyway,
yeah,
Snake,
he's right. He won it.
The characters are uncanny. How much they look like you and McEwen. It's a great movie. We saw a premiere a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you know, Jesse gave him this whole.
Yeah, I don't know where he gets that from.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm really happy with it.
I'm
really happy.
We're really happy for you, and I never thought we'd be on the red carpet interviewing, and
yeah, it's hard to believe this, you know. Yourself included. You know, back in the day, we're all running around those Hot Wheel trucks and trying to make a living drag racing, and I never thought that make a living doing that, and let alone making a movie about it. So here we are in Hollywood, and it's quite an honor.
Hey, that's Don the Snake Prudhomme. We're Speed Scene Live, and Don, enjoy your evening, sir.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it.
Dang, you guys did talk to some of the biggies. Well, the biggies.
It was quite a night, and they were very humbled to be on that red carpet. And, you know, after all the years of me growing up with them and to be there, I didn't think it was going to be that exciting. But when you got there, it got pretty emotional that night. And hats off to the Snake and Mongoose. They deserve it, huh, Dar?
Yeah, and, you know, and I know that, you know, it's easy to be critical of little things if you're a real geezer and you lived through these times. But, you know, they're as a portrayal of the humans in drag racing, I think it's a really good, very watchable, very enjoyable movie.
You know, it's funny about those details. I was watching like 10 minutes of Lawless, that movie that came out about 6 months ago. Pretty good movie, if you ask me. I'm no critic, but I love that thing. But there's one scene where he's driving this souped-up Ford, you know, one of the first V8 Fords, the little 60-horsepower engines or whatever. Turns on the radio, and it instantly comes on. That's not going to work. There's tubes in there. It'll take a while. But, you know, sometimes creative license, you know, just what are we going to do? Sit around for 20 seconds while the radio comes on? Then what do you do for dialogue during that?
Well, when you out there in internet land, when you take the time to go see Snake and Mongoose, I think you just forget about the little tiny things that may bug an absolute purist. But it's a good story. You know, a lot of us know how it ends. So, you know, it's I think you'll find it very enjoyable.
Nice.
I sure enjoyed it. In fact, I'm going to watch it right now.
Oh, yeah? Okay, Dar, thanks for being on the show.
That's right. We'll see Darn about it.
We got Noah Wiley coming up now, too, and with Donnie again.
Yeah, well, you know, we were out there all night, but Noah Wiley, he plays the Hot Wheels exec, and let me tell you, these are big-time actors, and they really enjoyed hanging around the Snake and Mongoose and had a good time. Snake and Mongoose were on the set every day.
Hey, Donnie Couch, Speed Scene Live. We're with Noah Wiley. Noah, you play, a Mattel executive in the movie?
Yeah, I play the guy who's the president of Mattel, Art Spear, who was responsible for launching the Snake and Mongoose race sets.
Now, did you ever own a race set when you were younger?
I had those Snake and Mongoose race set. It was the hottest selling toy that Christmas, and I begged my parents for it.
Had to have it. Well, I did too. But did you follow any racing, or you watch it on TV?
Yeah, we watched a bit of it. It was on our radar. And then, but a lot more kind of pro mod stock car racing. That was where I spent most of my time.
Okay, that's pretty popular class now. Of course,
Nowadays.
I grew up in the days when it was fun to race with the Snake and the Mongoose, and it's all changed. It's like, the red carpet changes. But we're honored to have you in that movie and to be on the red carpet with a movie about drag racing.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here.
All right, Noah Wiley, thank you for being on Speed Scene Live.
My pleasure.
Thank you, my friend.
Take care.
Look at you mingling, man.
And
How about that, Dar?
Yeah, that was one of the interesting things of how the Mongoose actually went in and convinced Mattel that this was a way to further extend their brand into kids and to dovetail that into real drag racing and making those. No phone calls, please. And
Well, hey, that's a true story that depicts in the movie, how Mongoose went about getting that sponsorship and trying to get Prud'homme to buy into it was.
And so many of us
big
today
story.
really, who are involved in marketing realize that, that's an incredible effort. But here was the Mongoose going out there and convincing people that had basically thought of drag racers as a bunch of thugs or, like Rebel Without a Cause, and saw them.
Don't let people talk about you like that, Dar.
No, people have always.
You're
talked
not a
about
thug, really.
We need to know.
Well, I mean, early on in the nostalgia days, people thought of you the same way. But
Yeah, well,
you've come a 180.
that was during the good guys' time.
Well,
So we got Richard Blake.
yeah, he plays the Mongoose.
All right.
Donnie Couch, Speed Scene Live. I'm here with Richard Blake, who portrays Tom the Mongoose McEwen. What a great job, my friend. It's uncanny, the look. You portrayed him pretty good.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's due to him. I spent a lot of time with him. He showed me the moves. So,
Have you followed racing before any time earlier? Do you know anything about it?
a little bit. I obviously know what drag racing is. I've seen it on TV. I know it's loud. I knew how fast it was, but never this close. Not in the detail that I've learned now. I certainly have a greater appreciation for it.
Well, my friend, I saw a preview earlier today, a little sneak peek, and it's uncanny, how both of you guys look like Prud'homme and McEwen, and an excellent job, my friend, and enjoy the premiere, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much. It's exciting.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's Richard Blake, folks.
And Dar, I'm telling you, these guys, they don't look like it now when we're interviewing them, but in the movie, they really do look like Snake and the Mongoose, and they really do have their same mannerisms, and it's uncanny. I grew up during that era with these guys, and man, the casting is unbelievable in this movie.
One of the things that you'll see too is that they interspersed original Diamond P footage and some stuff from American Sports Cavalcade and from the ABC's Wild World of Sports. So they didn't try to recreate every aspect of it. They did the interpersonal relationships between the two, but when it came out to fighting it out on the drag strip, went to the original footage. And I think very much that they didn't pull any punches in that they went and showed the real Mongoose and Snake, and you just buy that. Those are the two guys that have just been delivering the lines on camera.
Yeah, and I hadn't thought of this until just now. I think a lot of the TV shows, the sports-related shows that were on back then, they were still using film to bring you what was going on. So it wasn't like they had TV cameras everywhere like we do now. You just park a bunch of cameras somewhere. They were using film cameras, which means I guess that old footage stands up pretty well.
The 64 U.S. Nationals were 16 millimeter black and white. That was all shot there by ABC Wild World of Sports.
Isn't that amazing?
And the footage holds up quite well. In many ways, there's not enough information on some of those videotapes on 3/4 or some of the other formats that were around during the time for them to make them a really great digital copy. But I think it tells the story really well without them having to recreate every aspect of the story.
Yeah, sweet.
You know, it's interesting, Dar, because you go out and you're going to make a movie about the snake and the mongoose, and, you know, a typical production company would have to, you know, build cars and replicas. Well, Snake already owned all those, right? And some of the other people had the little mongoose dragsters, and you know, they tied it all in, and you got the original cars. It was interesting how they put the original footage in there. I thought it wouldn't work, but the whole movie works.
Yeah, it's really fun to work, and that Snake had people on his staff like Willie Walter, to
recreate those trucks,
and however, you know, whatever the configuration was, but to recreate that part of history from you know, it's a huge undertaking to take a funny car and restore it. Try doing it with a ramp truck.
I had 2 ramp trucks, and now those things are going to be on Barrett-Jackson, going on the block, both trucks and both funny cars, and expected to bring well over $1 million.
January at Scottsdale? Is that when?
Yeah, something like that. I'm hoping I get a commission out of that, being so I traveled so much in those rigs.
Hey, speaking of which, Tom called and asked, you know, is there any Couch family, any actors representing any of your ancestry in this film?
Well, they tried to get the fat kid from Stand By Me to play my part. They couldn't get him. So I think in the next interview, Alan Paradise, who was the writer, explains what part I played in here.
Hey, Speed Scene Live here at the Egyptian Theater, premiering the Snake and Mongoose movie. I'm here with the writer, Alan Paradise. Alan, after all this that you went through and putting it on paper, what's it feel like to get it out here in this big Hollywood premiere?
Well, first I want to say that the Snake and the Mongoose would never have been in anything without the young Donnie Couch. And if you look really carefully, you're in it.
Well, I heard I'm not, because they were trying to find the fat kid from Stand By Me to play my part, and they couldn't find him. But
no. We found the youngest one, Brad Pitt look-alike we could, and there you get. That's it. No, it was really exciting to bring this to the screen, to see it from a story, and see it have cinematic value, and go, we have to write this. I have to write it. My wife kept telling me, if you don't write it, it's never going to get made. And then after I rewrote it, she says, well, if you don't finish it, they're never going to make it. So you had to kind of get to a point where you stop writing. And I think it's going to come off really well. I think it looks really good on screen. It's very exciting. I'm surprised that drag racing hasn't attracted a big-time movie before this, because it, you know, other than Heart Like a Wheel, which was 35 years ago, because it is such a cinematic sport. Noise, color, great characters, but I think this story has a lot of heart. And it was really great to have the trust of Don and Tom, that they trusted me that I would write the story and do the justice, and then to do it in a way that all audiences could experience it and fall in love with the drag racing that we all fell in love with in the 60s and 70s. So very exciting.
And that's Alan Paradise, like I said, the writer of the movie, taking it from paper to this great Hollywood premiere here at the Egyptian Theater. Alan, thank you. We've already enjoyed the movie. It's great. The characters are great, and we wish you well, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks, Donnie.
Okay. Thank you for being on Speed Scene Live.
Thank you. All right.
You know, I worked on the picture for a brief time, and Alan sent me the first version of the script, and then about the third or fourth version of the script, and it definitely got better every time they worked on it. It was, you know, I think their hearts were really in it, and you know, most of that shows up on the screen, and I really think it's, you know, it's definitely worth seeing.
When you say it got better, what did you have to like make subtle changes to just for?
It got more into the interpersonal relationships between the two. There was maybe a little too much racing in the beginning, and you know, I felt that those characters evolved as a vehicle to really tell that story, and I think they did it quite well. I mean, I wasn't there like Donnie was, but you know, I was on the outside watching them from the grandstands, and you know, as I said, we all knew how it ended, and so you better entertain up until that point. And
I was raised around both of them, and after seeing the movie, you know, brought a tear to my eye, because those guys deserve that movie to be written about them and to be on the big screen. But you know, it was pretty true to life, and you know, being true to life, and Look who we got on the show right now. Tom the Mongoose McEwen is on the phone, ladies and gentlemen. Tom, welcome to Speed Scene Live, buddy.
Hi, Donnie. Hi, Dar.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Tom, movie's getting a lot of buzz. I know we saw the debut in Hollywood. I know you were down at Indianapolis for the U.S. Nationals. Saw the names on Force's car. I mean, the whole town's buzzing. I just want to say I lived it. I was there, and it's really true to life. And tribute to you and Don, and I'm happy for both of you.
Well, thanks, Donnie. You were certainly there for a long time. Saw the inner way it was working with your dad and everything, and.
But I just thought the guy that Jesse Williams, he played Prudhomme too nice, You and I remember him. We were scared of him all the time. We used to walk across the street when he was coming down the one side of the street.
Well, they wanted to portray him as like a preacher that won, and it was a family man, and wanted me to be the bad husband, bad father, pools player, So they wanted to have Hollywood wanted to change it around a little bit from Alan's script, and we had to get involved in it, or it would have been X-rated, and then the kids wouldn't have come.
Well, I was certainly there, and you are truly a family man. I was with your boys, and you're a very generous guy. You're always generous to me and all my friends and my family. So I'm glad they didn't portray it that way, and Alan Paradise and you got your way with it, because it's really, really a good movie, Tom.
Yeah, well, I think I'm real happy for the amount of money, 4 days they had to shoot. I think they did a really good job. I think the actors were both really good in their parts, and the girls and everything. And I think that this movie is not just for guys. I think it's got a lot of women will like this because of the family sadness and all that, and the kids will like it because of the Hot Wheel cars and the noise and everything. Because I'll tell you that Robin Brody, the producer, and us, this last Indy week, man, all the racers got behind it, and were talking about it, and put their names on their cars, and and the interviews, and so everybody liked it. And I'm just hoping that the people that stuck their necks out to make the movie end up getting something back for it.
Well, Tom, I just want to tell you before, Dar's got a couple questions for you, but I just want to tell you that Robin sent me a copy, and I sat down over the weekend with my family, my 12-year-old girl, my 17-year-old boy, of course my wife that you know and love, and they all enjoyed the movie, and it was fun for them to see, kind of where I grew up. And even my 17-year-old son, and we can't get away from Xbox, said he even enjoyed the movie and liked it. So that got his attention. So, it's a family movie, and it's there for everybody.
Yeah, I think so, too. And I'm sitting there having dinner with Tom Prock, the Detroit Tiger, and the president of Enola Pistons sitting here, and Pete Ward, the editor of Drag Racer magazine. So sitting here, and they said, now, be nice on the phone to Donnie.
Hey, Tom, you were obviously one of the real pioneers in coming up with money outside of drag racing to support your habit. And did the Mattel deal go down kind of the way that you saw the kids playing with it on the kitchen table, or was this were you just in the right place at the right time, or are you truly the marketing genius that Donnie says you are?
Well, I mean, the movie is, I'd say the movie's 85% pretty actual, and on the Hot Wheel thing, I was always, he and I had little sponsors, like he had Wins, and I had Bardol, and I had Tyran and Gold Spot, little things, $1,000 a year deals, which at the time were really big, but not enough to really do anything big with it. And we were just racing, but we weren't partners. We were just friends racing on the drag strip, driving for different people, and I was we were working during the week and racing on the weekends, and I was always thinking about trying to figure out some way to get more money so we could do it better. And of course, I had 3 boys, and the Hot Wheel thing started, I think, in 1964. They came out with their cars, but they didn't have any names. They were just cars. And, and we had the little animals that we did with the mongoose snake that Donovan named me, and Prudhomme was already the snake, and just, one thing led to another, and I thought that was a good idea. So my stepfather was one of the lawyers with Mattel, and he knew everybody, but he was one of these guys that wouldn't bend over there. He didn't think it was right for him to put in. He said, I'll get you an appointment with the guy at Mattel, and you can go see him, but he wasn't going to put in a word for me because he didn't believe in that. So we went to see Art Spears, the vice president, and I went by myself after I told Perdomo I was going, and he laughed and says, they'll throw you out in the street. They don't even know who we are. and I went in there, and it was pretty much like you saw in the movie. The guy, the head artist guy, the Hot Wheel guy, the designer guy, Larry Wood. I call him Larry the Mongoose Wood now because he did a bunch of cars later on with his name and copied my cars. And so he did all that stuff, and then they seemed to like it, and they said, come back and bring Perdomo. So I brought Perdomo back to the next meeting. By then they had some pictures drawn up and some ideas, and liked the idea of it, and it went down like that for a couple of 2-3 years, and Wildlife Racing was born, and we went on the road and got those big trucks, and his came from, Chrysler made like 6 of those big trucks in like 66 and 67. One was for different NASCAR. He bought Richard Petty's, and I bought Sox and Martin's truck, and then we painted them and put some other tanks on them and mounted the cars on the back of them and went on the highway with them and with uniforms and looked real professional. And then when we got the Hot Wheel thing, for a contract, then I said, let's go get a marketing people. And everybody was just starting to get into this kind of stuff, no big deal. And I said, now go to all these different companies like Goodyear, Coca-Cola, Federal Mogul, whatever. And I said, we can't be cigarettes or booze, but we can be other stuff. And I said, take these pictures and tell them to go out and say, hey, would you like to have your little decal on the side of these cars in front of millions of people? And these kids will grow up seeing your name, and they'll be customers someday. And so we actually got more money from the little companies with the decals than we did Mattel. So that's what made it really good.
Wow.
And then we raced, and first year I had a red car, and he had a yellow one, and next year we had a blue and white, and then they came out with the dragsters, and it just kept going and selling and going, and then, it came to an end, and like you see in the movie, and we went different ways, but the Mongoose Snake rivalry, as you know, Donnie, it wasn't, people, ask me, like, do you guys trade off? Do you let him win one? Yourself how, me, I'm trying to make it a business and run good but not hurt my car so I can make some money and go to the next race. He'd blow the engine, he'd blow the engine out of the car to beat us every run. He didn't care. So, that made it hard to do. So, but, the big races, the big money race and the big races when we wanted to be, we were pretty tough. So that's how it kind of went.
Hey, Tom, when you did get Mattel, did you feel any kind of pressure to perform? I mean, you were the first ones with a really large, highly visible sponsor. Did that put any undue pressure on you, or was it just, they're there to fund us?
No, I just thought it was great. I loved it. I like to have enough money to have good, make a living out of it. I never dreamed we'd have I was working at Douglas Aircraft and never figured I'd have enough money to race and have a living. And so, we tried to, we didn't have crews like they got now. You saw this weekend at Indy, had 10 or 15 guys working on the car. In the old days, we had Donnie, and of course his dad started bringing him around when he was about 6, 7 years old. But we had 3 or 4 guys, if we were lucky, that volunteered their help. And I just liked the whole deal. I liked running good and putting on a show. But there's only 2 or 3 guys in drag racing that was ever driven like Perdomo Garlits is like, and there's not too many guys like him that really want to win so bad at any cost. And I didn't think, to my way I thought about it, wasn't a very good way to run a business, because I was trying to pay my way, make money, and buy parts, and not get burned up in the car trying to beat somebody. So, he's just a very driven person, and that makes him, he was night and day working on the car, and that's why his car runs so good. And I there were other things in life that I enjoyed, and it shows it in the movie. But then also, he won a lot of races, but I won like 3 AHRA World Championships, and we raced those same guys, Perdomo, the Blue Max, Chi-Town Hustler. Donnie was there, and the conditions weren't like they are today, and we ran pretty good. So when we wanted to run good, we did.
Yep. Well, Tom, we appreciate you calling into the show. I don't want to hold you up any longer, because I know if you're out to dinner with Tom Prock, you cannot keep him away from that dinner table too long.
You're right, because Prock right now is looking at He just
looking at his watch.
Ate his food, and now he's looking at my tuna sandwich.
We'll let you get back to dinner. Tell all the boys hello. Thank you for calling Speed Scene Live tonight, and we're previewing all the red carpet stuff, which you can find on the archives later.
Thank you guys for having us. Okay, you guys are great. I listen to you every week.
Thank you, Tom. Wow, how about that? The Mongoose calling into the show tonight, folks.
That's pretty sweet.
That's all right. You know, if you go up to the California Hot Rod Reunion or the March Meet or some of the other nostalgia type functions that are around Southern California, you will see the Goose sitting there.
Yeah. You know, how about Prudhomme? Prudhomme's out there in the swap meet, and what are you doing? He's trying to find some original 60-weight Pennzoil racing oil cases to put in that truck of his. Of course, you know, they're selling them now, but he's real stickler on, you know, having the right stuff and the right look, and you know,
or he's on the starting line like this.
Yeah,
watching the funny cars.
Well, he won't get involved in it. We've tried.
He said to me, I think this was about 4 or 5 years ago when the funny cars were really starting to take off. He says, you know, these things are really dangerous. Somebody's going to get killed in them.
Yeah.
And I was like,
he drove them for 30 years. But, you know,
and they're a lot safer now.
He hangs around the Chip Ganassi, those Indy cars. Yeah, those are real safe. And, yeah, okay, Snake. But, you know, his one of his buddies that he hangs around quite a bit is Ray Everham. We caught up with Ray Everham. I couldn't believe it. Jeff Gordon's crew chief, and of course he brought Mopar back to NASCAR, and is responsible for a lot of NASCAR teams and championships. And we caught up with him on the red carpet.
Okay, Donnie Couch here, Speed Scene Live, with one of the standout of NASCAR, Ray Everham. Ray, you out here supporting the Snake and the Mongoose movie. Good to have you.
Yeah, it's an incredible film. You know, Don is. He's always been a hero of mine, and we got to be friends in the last several years. And when he asked me if we'd like to come out and see it, Aaron, my wife, and I just jumped at the chance. What an incredible movie, really emotional. They did a great job portraying all the drag racing and stuff, but just a great story that Tom and Don have.
Well, you've had an illustrious career in NASCAR, but to come out here and support these guys, it's great to have you.
Well, you know, it's great what they do. It's a great story. Believe me, it's a great movie. But, you know, in support of the Leukemia Society, my son's a survivor, unfortunately. Tom lost his son. So what these guys do are great. You know, I'm just lucky to be friends with them.
Well, we're just lucky that they're getting along still and having fun. But Ray Everham, nice to have you on Speed Scene Live.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, buddy.
We were just lucky to have Erin Crocker there, who is one of the hottest sprint car drivers in the world. Of course, Donnie didn't interview her, but you know,
I tried to. Ray Everham grabbed me and said, "Hey, that's mine." Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a break. We've got some commercials coming up, and from some great sponsors. So run out and buy their products while after 7 o'clock after we're finished.
That's right. After we're finished, we'll be right back.
For over half a century, Currie rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Currie lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Currie gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Currie expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Currie's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Currie Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies, and other underside parts like correct link steering systems keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Currie rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at CurrieEnterprises.com.
Hi, I'm Robert Overholser, driver of the California Hustler, and you're watching Speed Scene Live.
Welcome back to more of Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, and TheFote.com.
This Saturday, we've got the final of the year, the Saturday Night Nitro #3 at Auto Club Famoso Raceway. And we just happen to have Blake Bowser on the phone, who's going to give us an idea how many cars we can expect and what's going on. It's a pretty cool night with a lot of giveaways and real fan appreciation. So take it away, Blake.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Good, man.
Hey,
Good.
Blake, how you doing, buddy? Getting ready for Saturday? You're working your dad in this heat, prepping the track?
Yeah.
I know you're not. You're golfing. We got you on the golf course, right?
You've been working to bulldoze the Grove, right?
Yeah, I'll be. Yeah. Mark, you're going to get me in trouble with that.
All right, I'm sorry. Those are the long-range plans. Nobody think that's happening right now.
I'm sorry.
Those are the long-range plans for the condos in the Grove.
The only condo I'm going to try and get is the one at the beach.
There you go.
Dar has one now.
Dar, you mentioned we truly are having a fan appreciation. We kind of scratched our heads and thought, well, we finished the Blitz. What are we going to do? You know, we want to make sure we get the fans out there and keep the racers coming for this last show. So we put the word out looking for prizes to give away, and holy smokes, I don't know if you've been to our website or not, but the list is incredible. SeaWorld tickets, Kenny Loggins concert tickets, every restaurant in town has given us something to give away, car washes. Our ultimate prize, though, will be hanging out with our buddy Ron Capps over in Las Vegas at the Toyota Nationals in October. You get to hang out all weekend in the suite of the hospitality area and stay at the Hooters Hotel. So we're pretty pleased about that as well.
Can I still enter that particular one?
Anybody can.
All right.
Hey, Blake. Blake, I'm interested in what's this Bowen's whiskey? That caught my attention.
Me. I was checking out our website today, and I was like, we got whiskey.
Well, we might still have it.
Locally made. I do know that much. It's made here, so I'm looking forward to see who gets that and make sure we go by and talk to them afterwards.
Yeah, we could sample it. Maybe put it on Speed Scene Live. There you go.
There we go. Give them a great plug there. Yeah.
Hey,
We're excited. All the guys that have been coming all summer are coming back. I know California Hustler's going to be here. Dan Horan, Ronnie just called me last week, said they're coming. All the guys, we just got a call, I believe, yesterday from Josh Crawford, bringing his big show car, getting ready for the fall. A couple coming up. So we got some front motor guys coming, some fuel altereds, and of course we got jet cars. So it's just going to be a Saturday night full of nitro and fire and flames and fumes and prizes.
And you got the Holy Toledo, I heard?
Yes, they are coming back. They were trying to get their clutch can certified, but they're going to try and make it, and they said plan on us being there.
Well, that's a really great collection of cars, and if you have not taken the time to get up to Auto Club Famoso Raceway for one of the Saturday Night Nitro shows, very enjoyable. The show starts about 6 o'clock and runs until whenever it's done, usually between 10 and midnight. But you can get in and out of there if you're from Southern California or even from Central California in a day. You know who the winner is. Money gets changed hands in the winner's circle, and it's an awful lot of fun to go experience drag racing. It's an incredible simulation of the way it was at Irwindale or Lyons or in the San Gabriel, and a lot of the tracks that a lot of us in Southern California grew up on. And hats off to the Bowsers for realizing that there was a need out there. And one of the cool things too is that so many of the racers need a place to fine tune their tune up and not be blowing their stuff up at the big events like the March Meet and the reunions and the Heritage Series. But this gives them a chance to fine tune their cars.
Well, I'll tell you, Dar, it's non-stop action if you like nitro or all cars all night. And then to top it off at the end of the race, the 2 jet cars going down the track there.
Yeah, in between seeing some Nitro Harleys, which you'd never get a chance to see.
Nitro Harleys. Those are fun. I want to... hey, Blake, you think we can get Dar a ride on the back of one of those Nitro Harleys?
Oh, I'm sure that could...
do a giveaway.
Right after you, Blake.
We'll do a giveaway.
I'm sure. I'm sure Dar would love to do that, yeah.
Yeah. Dar would hang on.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, no, and you know what, Dar, everything you mentioned about what we do on the Saturday Night Show, you can do it all for $20. I mean, that's... I can't send my kid to the show for that cheap. So it's we're trying to help a lot of people out and get their nitro fixed through the summer, help a lot of guys out that we mentioned before, last time I was on the show, the guys that don't want to travel to, Mission or Salt Lake City or Boise just can't do it right now. We're just trying to give them a chance to run their cars besides just March and October. So, and yeah, they are going to use this for getting a baseline on their cars to come back at the reunion. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, in addition to the $20 to get in for an adult, kids under 12 are free.
Yeah.
And you got any Hot Wheels left for them?
We do. We're gonna throw posters, Hot Wheels. We got stuff we're gonna put in the stands. We're gonna give away all these prizes. I mean, everybody sign up. Don't worry about it. Just show up, sign up for the prizes, and hopefully we get rid of everything in one night, and everybody walks away happy. That's the goal.
If for you people out there who are watching, if you haven't made your way up to Bakersfield, this is the last one of the year, and there will be more next year. But it really does give you a chance to see these cars up close more than you would see at the California Hot Rod Reunion or the March Meet, where they're in the real throes of competition. This is certainly very competitive, but you can come up and often drivers and owners will put a kid into the seat so that Dad can get a picture of him sitting in a real funny car.
Yeah, there's no ropes around there. You got access to all the drivers in the pits, and you get too close, they might even put you to work on their car.
They might need it. Yeah, it is a lot more laid back, and you keep mentioning drive up, but hey, you can drive over from the coast, drive over from the desert, drive down from up north, Fresno, LA, or Sacramento area, all the way down, like I said, south down to Los Angeles. So we're 2 hours from a lot of population, so it's real easy to get to us. 2 hours away, we can pull from a lot of different directions, and like I said, watch the show and go home that night. And
one of the things I've really been noticing is that parents and fathers are bringing 3 and 4 and 5 kids with them, to experience this, and it's really tremendous to see new blood into our sport, because
we need it.
There's way too many geezers that are still enjoying it, and they got to remember that we got to propagate our sport, and this is a great way to do it, and so that they know who the winner is at the end of the night, and they can have a very good dose of nitromethane.
Yeah, we need that new generation to continue along with the sport of drag racing. We just can't age out and call this thing done. We need a new crop of people that care about the sport and want to either get involved or whatever it takes, just keep it going.
So load up your minivan and head north, head south.
Yeah.
If you're in Vegas, head what is that, west?
Yeah, I believe west. So, Don.
Yeah. And if you're in Paso Robles or Morro Bay, put down your cocktail and head east. Yeah, it is east.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hey, while I got a chance, I heard you guys had the goose on. Man, Mongoose is great to us. I get down there once in a while, maybe once a month, have lunch with him, and I know they're still trying to, if you went to the premiere, I was fortunate enough to be invited by him down there last week. Saw you down there, guys, and still, if you can make a donation to the Leukemia Foundation, please do so. That would be great. We got to keep working on that.
Good call, Blake. Hey, Blake, I got to give a kudos out to you and your dad and all the people at the track, because, we go up there for these races. I've been to a lot of tracks all over the country. Not much prep work on the track. You have all the right equipment. You guys have this track prep like a national event ready, and that's why you attract a lot of the racers and your safety crew and just your track prep, and that means a lot to all the racers, and hats off to you and your crew for all that.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's good to hear. But yeah, we don't spare an expense. We've got the tire drags and rubbers, and I've never ever, my crew knows, if they want to go out there and spray that racetrack, go for it. We're never going to question them.
Yeah, and people don't know how many pair of shoes you got to sell to buy that kind of equipment.
A lot, especially when you go out there and walk on the track and you pull the soles off of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I did that last time.
Yeah.
One of the things too that a lot of people don't know is that you guys, I don't know when it was, 5 years ago maybe, you repaved the whole track and you did it in concrete, and you didn't tell anybody about it. There was no fanfare. You didn't do any press releases. It was just show up and wow, look at this place. It's concrete. What the hell happened?
Yeah, we're a little guilty of that. We just like doing our own thing, and we don't jump on our website and brag about what we're doing or call National Dragster. We just do our own thing, and the racers have discovered the racetrack's pretty good right now.
If you call National Dragster, nothing's going to happen.
Well,
wow, Jar, that was a low blow. Hey, one thing about it, besides the track, all the asphalt you guys put in the return road in the pits. I can't tell you how much that means to all the people besides the track. When you give them a nice surface to work on their cars, hey, you got some big fans from the racers.
Yeah, and we have a lot more to do. We know we have a lot more, but we're just plugging away and paying for things as we can. And I've talked to Dar before about this. We don't finance anything. Everything is paid for as we do it. We owe nothing to anybody out there as far as debt's concerned. And right now, in today's world, it's the best way to operate a business, I think.
And for next year, you're still planning on bringing back the Boise-Bakersfield Blitz, depending on what you're going to call it, depending on who wants to participate.
Wants to be on maybe some more tracks that want to get involved, or we'll see. Certainly, I know we went to the night fires there in August with the news and spent the whole weekend there helping them, and they were really encouraged by where it's headed. We didn't see the car count we'd hoped for in Boise, but I still think guys are just holding on. They just can't quite afford to, haul all the way over there. And you know how you did it. You went in the California Hustler rig. It's a long haul. And
it's a long haul, but we did, we did have more cars at Boise than we did last year for the same race.
No, we saw an improvement. We did saw an improvement, so we're hoping to build on that and continue on next year. Yes, for sure.
Well, thanks a lot for calling. I will see you Friday. I can't be around if there are nitro cars testing.
Yeah.
And please, when you do get to the track in the next couple of days, could you just unplug and plug in my golf cart to just make sure those batteries are up so I can throw out some Jegs hats?
And tell Mike English not to lock the tower announcer's door so I can get in there.
Are you going to be getting in there? Are you coming up, Don?
I try. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I never want to miss one. But Mike English, you got to fight him for the microphone.
Someday we'll get 2 microphones up there.
We have 2.
You do? Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Blake, thanks for calling in the show. We're looking forward to the race this Saturday night.
Yeah, looking forward to it myself. Should be fun.
Thanks, Blake.
Thank you, guys.
Wow, what a great guy, huh?
Yeah. He's grown up there and really knows what his audience is, and I love the. He's got a really good idea how to bring in spectators, how to satisfy them, and how to really put on a show for them. And like I'm fond of saying, the empty seat doesn't buy a hot dog. So he wants to fill that place up, and you will have a good time. You will definitely have a good time.
Well, we had a good time last time, of course. Robert Oberhauser and Don Nelson's California Hustler, Dar. Low ET 572, so he was in the winner's circle. We caught up with him in the pits, and I think you might like this interview. This guy's first time in Funny Car this year and doing a great job, and just an all-around good guy.
Donnie Couch, Speed Scene Live, Bakersfield, Formosa. Round 2 coming up. I'm with Robert Oberholzer.
You got it.
Okay, so we got that far into the interview. It's a mouthful. You said it, not me. Hey, number 3 qualifier so far,
yes.
588. Number 1 qualifier, 578. What's the plan of attack?
They don't tell me the plan. They just tell me to get in there and drive it. But I do know one thing. Round, these guys make this thing go quicker and quicker every run. So I've got all the faith in the world for them. So I'm just happy that we're doing a good job because our sponsors are here, Lucas Oil, Mickey Thompson Tires. They're all here. So we're going to try to put on a good show for them.
Well, of course, you've won at this track before in other classes. Anyone champion, right?
Yes.
And you first year in Funny Car, basically,
yes.
Full season.
Yes.
Doing a great job, my friend.
Thank you very much.
We want to see you go out there and do good. Of course, Don Nelson, good friend to everybody.
Always wonderful.
Feeds everybody, takes care of everybody. Can't find a better car owner in the business on the parking lot anywhere. So we wish you luck, and we hope to see you in the winner's circle later, my friend.
Thank you, Donnie. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, Robert's a great guy, and I'd never driven a funny car before last fall, and it was one of his dreams too. And real early on, he showed me a picture of when he was, I believe, 7 or 8 years old, shaking hands with Tom, with Don Perdome, and it was like one of those things where you go, yeah, those pictures are always staged or Photoshop or something like this. But he has had funny car driving in his blood for a long time. His dad's a really exceptional engine engine builder. He's Robert's driven Pro Mods, all different kinds of cars, and any one eliminator winner at the March meet, and
not just a winner, any one champion, man. This guy didn't just jump into a funny car and start doing good. This guy's he's gone up through the classes and been champions in the classes he ran in. Hopped into that car. Of course, it's well prepared by Smokey and the crew, and well funded by Don Nelson. So they got took a while to get all the parts and pieces right and the people, but the results are showing as they got into the winner's circle with a stellar 572 performance last event. Dar.
And here's Donnie talking with Don Nelson, and I believe Don has about $3,000 in his pocket there. If you
does he
look, yeah,
nice. Watch closely.
Donnie Couch for Speed Scene Live. What a victory celebration for Don Nelson. It's been a long time, my friend.
It has.
Well, we had a good barbecue tonight. You won the award for Best Barbecue. You've stuck with this funny car program and finally got a victory with Robert here doing a great job first year of driving.
We got a great team here and a great driver, and last week I wanted to fire him. He got into the wall, but this year, not today, he's a hero.
You're only as good as your last run here in this business, folks. Robert, how's it feel, my friend?
I thought I was going to have a pink tag in the locker after that one. No, it's real good. These guys did an absolute fast turnaround, and I got to say, congratulations to these guys. They did a 45-minute turnaround, so they did a really good job, and I'm just happy to get the win with our sponsor, Lucas Oil here, and Mickey Thompson Tires. So thank you, Don. Thank you, team.
All right, Saturday Night Nitro, your champions, Don Nelson and crew. You guys, big hand for you guys.
Nice. What a great victory that was, Dar. I cannot wait to get up there this Saturday.
That's going to be great. See, Pastor Ed there, he was already out the gate, and when he heard that the Hustler had the low ET, he put his car in reverse, drove it all the way back up the staging lanes so that he could jump out and put on a California Hustler shirt and be part of the photo.
Oh my God, he did that?
Yeah.
That seems like a low blow. Sneaking out the door.
I just want to report him as I see him.
Well, he's sneaking out the door so he didn't have to. I think the hardest part about racing is loading up after the event's over. Whether you won or whether you went there and didn't win and blew all your stuff up, the hardest thing, taking down the awnings, putting your stuff away. So you had to be wanting to sneak out too. But you know what? If you're going to be in the winner's circle, it doesn't matter how you get there. Right?
That's it. It was an awful lot of fun evening, and that car is really performing exceptionally well. So now Donnie's been spending a lot of time down at the Speedway Motorcycles at Industry Hills, and he's got a couple of reports here that we got to squeeze in before we get out of here, and at 8:00 tonight. And
yeah.
That's 8 o'clock Mountain Time, by the way.
Packed a bunch in this show tonight. But, our Speedway buddies out there at Industry Hills, the season's over, right? But they're going to have the Monster World Challenge coming up December 28th. But Ken Hathcock and I, we're out there every Wednesday night covering the events and trying to support these Speedway riders. And here's just a little recap. And, of course, you can see got the Speed Scene Live in Turn 3.
Yeah, buddy.
Just to recap the night, Billy Hamill, undefeated this season, 2013 here at Industry Hills. Of course, his son Curtis, 250 class. He's on the podium tonight with his dad. That's the second time that's happened this year. And we want to thank everybody at Industry Hills. Speed Scene Live is over here in Turn 3 now, right below the Jumbotron, so everybody gets to see our logo, and hopefully they see our coverage on SpeedSceneLive.com, Tuesday nights, 6 o'clock, and it's live in studio. For now, back to you in the studio.
Wow, nicely done, Donnie Couch, man.
Hey, Turn 3, Speed Scene Live. They take care of us out there. They're very good people and fun racing and fun facilities. So, next up, we're going to show people don't know what Speedway is. They got no brakes and 500cc motors, and here we go for one of their finals. That dart flying around the corners, no brakes.
And you sit in the grandstands here, and there is not a bad seat. You can see the entire track. And it's just amazing the kind of speeds and performance and just the way these guys handle these bikes.
I'm just amazed Ken Hancock is filming. He's not getting dizzy and falls over.
I know, man.
Here you got Charlie Venegas leading the pack here. This is the final. And, there's 4 riders and 4 laps, and it's all out. So,
man, it is amazing how close you sit. Those grandstands look perfect for viewing this stuff.
Oh, you're right on top of it.
They really are, and it's open air. That's open to the outside there, so there's plenty of fresh air coming through, and an awful lot of fun.
Speedway, Charlie, the Edge, Venegas. Another win. You guys, we're getting tired of Hamill winning. Venegas steps up. He's taking all the trophies home these days. Charlie, my friend, did it again.
Industry Speedway, great speedway, again, good track, great. Made my job a little easier. Of course, tonight the track was gnarly. It had grit, getting it up into the grid and holding on, man. It just took off like a tractor. It's really hard to judge yourself there in the final again. The semi was, another decent ride. All of them were pretty good, actually. And again, even up in the final, coming from the inside, hoping that no one gets a real good one off the outside. A couple guys could. But in all of the, I won the low ball in the draw because McCall and I were on perfect scores, which again gave me another head start where I started planning the chess game from the start, which, looking at the track and seeing how it was lined up, I still, again, same decision I made Saturday, I could take the most advantage coming off the inside. One way or another, I was going to get up to that dirt and try and get around or ahead. But anyway, it actually got to the dirt in a way. The rest was pretty easy. Yeah.
A lot of strategy tonight for Charlie Venegas, but taking home another win. Wednesday night, he just won here last Saturday and beat the best in the state here at Industry Hills. Charlie, got another 3 or 4 races here at Industry Hills, and way to finish out the season.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to thank Redline Oil, Troy Lee Design, again Spartan Concrete out of Compton, California. This was a machine that was one of Kenny Engel's injured American rode overseas, and all in all helped with my program, which would definitely give me a little bit of an advantage to power and the type of power Hamill's using, which again, can't beat them, join them, and work on beating them. So that's where we're at. We've given Billy some pretty good races. Billy was great training for Billy Gennaro. I got to race one Billy down here and then another Billy up north every week. So be at Auburn this Friday. Gennaro and I will be going to the qualifier here in San Bernardino. Just with Redline Oil and all that we do in the world of oil, just how business works. Fortunately, I have enough points in the end. Same with Billy. Business before tools.
All right, folks, that's Charlie Venegas, winner here tonight at Industry Hills, and I think he's going to pick our pocket for that, what was a $200 bounty, which Charlie talked me into a $300 one of each one. So, Charlie, good luck, and we'll see you next week.
Working on it. I thought it was going to be up to around $1,000 by the end. I keep waiting because it's getting higher, so better hurry up and get it before, hopefully it'll work my way. I want to say thanks to Eddie Martinez, Dennis Venegas, my mom and family at home, to dedicate this win to like last week's win. Married my sister-in-law the day before, last Saturday. God bless her heart, and this is for you, Elsa.
All right, emotional win here for Charlie Venegas, but he's the champion tonight, standing on the podium. Donnie Couch for Speed Scene Live. Back to you in the studio.
Isn't that amazing? Charlie can say, it took off like a tractor, and that's a good thing when you're racing on dirt. But, I'm thinking, man, for drag racing, that's about the last thing you want is, the old John Deere.
You want those suckers to hook up.
Yeah, and, those things do hook up. Pretty exciting.
Hey, what?
Hey, what?
Hey,
little tribute to Tom the Mongoose McEwen.
Oh, look at
the original Mongoose helmet.
As it,
ladies and gentlemen.
And to point out, too, you said this is original. It's hand-painted. This thing isn't.
It has a little logo on the side. I can't tell on the other side. Flip it over there, right there. Is that
painted by Dar Hawthorne Associates? Yeah,
another one of those Chinese
Dar.
knockoffs.
Of course, just when you think the authenticity is.
We knocked that one out of the Hot Wheels truck.
Hey, if you're around the West Coast, get off your butt and go to Saturday Night Nitro. This Thursday night, go to Irwindale Drag Strip. Get on that 8th mile. You sit up there and have if you're just there to watch, get a soft drink and a burrito. There's a lot of things to do around LA, around Southern California, and around all of California for sprint cars and drag racing and motorcycles.
What about the Snake and Mongoose movie,
and then get out and see the Snake and Mongoose movie.
Yeah.
At a theater near you, and buy the DVD. It's something you want to hold on to.
That's right. Selected showings, I think, at theaters across the country, and then eventually available on DVD. I don't know if we got a release date for that yet.
Haven't heard it.
Haven't heard anything, so we're hoping that...
Or you can get a hold of me, and we can sit around and watch the DVD.
Call Dar.
I will be charging you.
Limited showing, $3, but that's no popcorn.
I'll send money to the production company.
Hey, before we go...
All right.
Did a lot of footage tonight, and we always do a lot of footage. Can't do it without my partner, Ken Hathcock. He's the guy behind the camera.
He's over there.
With
right
all
over
his
there.
time and effort and his expertise. And
B-roll.
He's actually a real sound guy in the motion picture industry. And if you're out there listening, we need to get Ken back to work. Not too much work, because I still need him. But he needs a full-time job.
Well, a 35-hour-a-week job. You still need him after all.
Yeah, exactly.
That's at least minimum wage.
Well, and the minimum wage, it might be going up. Who knows? We'll be paying those, those $10 Big Macs before we know it. But, I went politics there. Hey,
thanks a lot, Bruce.
Yeah, anytime. Luckily, it's the end of the show. And you know what, man? There was so much not to get, with the time and everything, we had a couple of calls coming in for, hey, can you ask Tom this or that? Like a guy wanted to know, I think an old racing buddy of his, Tom, the Mongoose McEwen piloting a jet car at Tucson Naval Air Station, just all these stories, man. Not enough time. But you know what? Coming up next, the encore presentation of the show, but great to be with you guys again.
Well, if you really want to ask Tom those questions, head up to Auto Club Famoso Raceway for the California Hot Rod Reunion. He will be there, and you can ask him in person. That's the best way to do it.
How about we just have a Mongoose night? We'll drag the Mongoose in studio, and we'll open up the telephone line.
There you go. We'll do a show. Have Don bring one of those the car haulers, out to the parking lot. We'll do the show from the parking lot in one of the big Dodges. That's just a thought.
Okay, we'll see if we can pull that one off.
Yeah,
he doesn't know those guys very well, does he, Don? Especially the Snake who owns.
Well, it's a good thing there's a good budget for the show.
Yeah, right. Nice big fat budget. You can do anything.
So from the West Coast Funny Car Factory, it's Donnie and Dar. We're out of here.
Again, we took over the show. Nobody came in and arrested us, and you know what? We're going to live another day, Dar.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a presentation of the West Coast Funny Car Factory here on Speed Scene Live. The encore presentation comes up next on most of these television stations.
Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and TheFoe.com.